It's Wednesday. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. It's actually Thursday. And I'm starting this review a bit prematurely. You know what? The main event's on, and it's Mercedes Moné against Yuki Yaka. I don't really give a shit. Alright. Well, Mercedes Moné won. There we go. There's the full time whistle. Yeah, that's it. There's no injury time, and how fitting. My computer is running low. So Mercedes Moné, it's absolutely all over. She is your champion. She retains. Just an absolute boring match, man. That went about 20. I don't even know. They probably went about 15 minutes. And you know what? Seeing you've got a predictable outcome, the match needs to be quick and painless. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be long. Doesn't need to be long. But let's go to the start of this show. 29th of January 2025, folks. Of course, it's a great year. Not really for wrestling. Couldn't really tell you what else, but yeah, pretend it's a great year, my friends. But we kicked off the show, right? And you know what? I think they tried something different here at AEW, because what we had was Will Ospreay against Brian Cage. But before it began, with Don Callis on commentary, he stood up and he grabbed the mic and was like, "Oh, look Ospreay, look at the Titantron." It cuts to the Titantron, and Kenny Omega's been laid out, so Will Ospreay, it looks like he's without his tag team partner for Australia. We don't really know. Oh, someone get an ETA on Kenny Omega. Someone get an ETA on Kenny Omega. Who's battered him? Who's done this? Who's done that? And then any sort of like heat or momentum that you had from like this quick start to Dynamite just dies. Is this match here between Ospreay and Brian Cage the worst thing I've ever seen? No. But the reality is, it lasts 15 minutes, man. And any hype that you had at the start of this show about, well, I mean, not that I was overly hype, you know what I mean? Any like hype at the start of this show between like, oh, he's been beat up, what's happening there? Fast start. It gets sapped out of you. Brian Cage is a wee diddy, man. Will Ospreay wins after a predictable 15-minute match, man. Doesn't need to go 15 minutes. Just a big brawl, and then Kenny Omega comes out, and then it turns out it's not enough because Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita come out from behind, attack them. They pose. Don Callis family, is that what that's their name, isn't it? They celebrate. Yeah, Renee's backstage. She's trying to find Swerve Strickland. But then, out comes Hangman Adam Page. Apparently, he's looking for Swerve Strickland. MJF's in backstage. He's like, you know what, I'm not really that happy about him bumping into me, but there's one thing I can tell you. Tonight is the last Outlaws. Last ride. Because Jeff Jarrett is taking on Claudio Castagnoli, my friends. And if Jeff wins, he gets a world title shot. If Claudio wins, Jeff doesn't. I thought the match was alright, but is it no a bit desperate, right, that the Death Riders need to interfere in Jeff Jarrett matches in order to stop him from winning and advancing to a match against Jon Moxley? I like Jeff Jarrett, but Jesus Christ, see these Death Riders, man. I seen Moxley come out and said something along the lines of, here, you don't have to respect, you don't have to like it, you can love it, you don't have to hate it, you can hate it, but you do have to respect it, sort of thing. Like, we are taking over AEW, but he like cut it half in kayfabe, half not, and it's like, did this guy literally just write The Rock's promo from the WrestleMania 40 kickoff show? I need to know, because it seems like he just literally wrote it word for word. But yeah, he hits the paradigm shift to Jarrett, neutralizer by Claudio. This didn't look particularly great. Jarrett just landed on his knees. The move looked pretty shite, if I'm being honest. Jarrett at 57. Maybe it is time to hang the head up, buddy. Anyway, he loses. MJF comes out, batters him with a diamond ring. Says, I'm going to respect my elders, so I won't tell you I told you so. While at the same time, kind of telling them that he told them so. Ricochet's then backstage. He tells Renee he wants a sit down on Collision, but now he's heading out to take on AR Fox. I don't know what is going on, but AR Fox has had like prominent screen time in the last few Dynamites. Don't understand it, but trust me, guys, you're going to understand it less. Because Ricochet wins, right? No real surprise here. Ricochet defeats AR Fox. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm flabbergasted. Oh, how's Ricochet beating AR Fox? How's Ricochet doing this? How's Ricochet doing that? He beat him. But after the match, man, right? AR Fox is sparked out. Ricochet was also a sign held up that said bald. It was actually pretty decent camera work because Ricochet's dome was like right beside it. Out comes Swerve Strickland. These two brawl. Ricochet then gets in the ring with his pair of scissors and like jumps over the body of AR Fox and gets him in a headlock. Swerve Strickland is then debating whether or not he's going to do his move, but Ricochet has got a pair of scissors to the throat of AR Fox, hinting at the fact that, here, mate, if you come for me, I'm going to kill him. No, seriously, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing here? Are we seriously, like, are they trying to get us to believe that if Ricochet, right, doesn't, or no, if Swerve Strickland doesn't do his move, that Ricochet is going to put a pair of scissors in the jugular of AR Fox? I just don't get this. I think wrestling should avoid doing this. It's good to blur the lines, like when we seen in '96 with Pillman and Austin when he fired the gun and the screen went to black. It was left up to the imagination, but we literally have here, right? Ricochet in the ring with a pair of scissors, and it's not some pair of safety scissors, it's a fucking big ass pair of scissors to the throat of AR Fox, basically saying, if you try and attack me, Swerve, I'm going to slit his throat. And I like edgy stuff, right? But this is taking the piss because, yeah, in the past we've had guys get run over and we've had guys get thrown off bridges and guys thrown into the Gulf of Mexico and things like that, sledgehammer to the back of the head, Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam 02, whatever. But, yeah, obviously they can be life-threatening. But if you stab someone in the neck with a pair of scissors, they're going to die. It's like beyond life-threatening. So I just don't get this. I just don't get this for Ricochet. And they've almost got like a fetish these days, floating about with these pairs of scissors. Just don't get it. But it looks like these two, their feud's going to come to a head next week. But again, what is the loser going to get stabbed in the throat? Like seriously, like what are we doing here, man? Don't get it. So yeah, we then saw a video package with Renee basically hyping up the Death Riders. John Moxley just says a whole lot of fucking nothing, doesn't he? Up next with Wheeler Yuta against Jay White. This match went far too fucking long, man. Jesus Christ. Wheeler Yuta. I'm seeing him getting labelled as Wheeler Useless. Not useless, useless. He's like fucking... Guy looks like he's got something wrong with him. I'll never forget when he came out and I thought he was a Make-A-Wish kid. So yeah, Jay White wins, no surprise there. But then out come the Death Riders for like the millionth time. They're beating up Jay White. Edge's music hits on this day. Edge doesn't even get to say a word. It's all Dax Harwood. He talks about the Rock and Roll Express and he's like, you know what? You took them out. But the Midnight Express, one half of them's in the crowd somewhere. So because one half of them's in the crowd, I'm challenging you, Nature Boy. No, I didn't say Nature Boy, but he's challenging them to a Mid-South Street fight on Collision. Collision obviously just hit 250,000, so it needs all the viewers it can get. But also on commentary, I think it was Excalibur, he labelled this group as FTR rated. Fuck me, I thought rated FTR sounded bad. FTR rated just takes it to a whole new level. But I mean, look what Edge is getting. Edge is getting paid the big bucks here. All he did was run it, lean over the ropes, turn back, pick up Jay White, and then fuck off. And he's probably getting 7 figures for this appearance or something crazy. We then had Mariah May cutting a promo. This was alright, but they really should have struck with the iron was hot with the whole Tony Storm stuff. But Tony Storm's not appearing to Collision. The Tony Storm stuff was good on Collision. Hell, it was great. But I just don't understand why she doesn't appear tonight. Like, there's no actual reasoning behind it. The Mariah May just ends with a bit of generic promo. Oh, this is your AEW's Women's Championship. Brilliant. We then cut backstage. The Vendetta is whatever these two are calling each other. Taya Valkyrie and Deonna Purrazzo basically burying Harley Cameron and her balloons. They send a warning to her and then they say, you know what, we'll not enjoy watching Yuka take on Mercedes Moné because we don't like her. And this is a problem that I've got because I don't like these fucking jobbers. Why is this match main eventing, right? And why is it going 15 minutes? Hinted at it at the start of this review. Predictable match. Mercedes Moné taking on some jobber, never losing in a million years. She defeats her with some like form of roll up at the end. 1, 2, 3. We go off the air. How uninspiring was that show? I would be flabbergasted if this final quarter doesn't absolutely tank. Just an absolutely dead match, man. Seeing you've got predictable matches, they need to be fast, they need to be painless, but I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. There's nothing worse than a long match that's fucking predictable. Because see, back in the day, man, I'm not saying the television matches were predictable, right? But I think they were a wee bit more predictable than the pay-per-view matches, which helped because the pay-per-view matches were the matches that was like the ending of a story, and therefore they were long. You're getting these like 15, 20-minute matches on free TV that are so predictable, and you're just waiting for the person that is going to win to hit their finisher so you can go and do something else with your life. Anyway, that's it for Dynamite. Utter shite. But I'm just seeing people constantly bash this show on Twitter, right? It's like, this show's awful, make no mistake about it. But there's people like, oh, this is awful, but Raw was great. Wait, how do you fucking come to that conclusion, by the way? I need to know. I'm giving this show a 1 out of 10. I believe that's the exact same I gave Monday Night Raw. 2 shite shows, 2 peas in a pod. Tony, it's weird. See, when you watch AEW, it feels like they're flinging shit to the wall and trying all they can, but at the same time, they're not trying. Dark place for the company. Anyway, peace.